Hello and welcome back to the Coder's Legacy channel. In today's video, we'll be exploring how to convert your Python code into Python bytecode, or from the .py files into .pyc files. So before we begin, let's just briefly go over why we do this. Why are we interested in getting our code compiled? Well, first of all, whenever you run your Python interpreter, the first thing it does is it loads all the modules and compiles them in bytecode. So if you pre-compile them, you're basically skipping out on this step and improving the performance of your code, especially if you have a large project with many imports, with many packages. All right. Second reason is that it protects your code. It adds an additional layer of security. It protects your source code because it converts it into bytecode, which is not readable, and it's difficult to decompile, that is. So it protects your source code as well. And yeah, so with that, let's get started. Now what we're going to do is we have this little project here. So let me just run this project, okay, and show you what this is. It's a very simple GUI. Just let me show you. So this is pretty much all there is in this UI. We're going to compile this UI. And by the way, you can see already that it created these PYC files automatically, because these files are created by default whenever you run Python files, and we can speed it up by pre-compiling them. So let's do that. Now what I'm going to do in my terminal, we don't need to install any packages for this because it's all included within base Python. So we need to run this command compileall, and let me just get out of this project, okay? And we want to compile this folder. So what I'm going to do is compile all and project, or alternatively, if within project we could have just done this, okay? So yeah, now this has created our PYC files. Okay, now this project is too tiny for us to actually measure any kind of speed difference, so we won't bother going into that. But let me show you something else cool. Okay, so I'm just going to delete this right now. Okay, and instead I'm going to use the -b flag. Okay, now watch what happens. So instead of creating the compiled files in a separate folder, it's now created them in the same directory as the actual source code. Now and it also has the same names, by the way, because previously there was there was an additional Cython and 3.8 attached. So this time the names are the exact same. The only difference is the extensions. So what is the benefit of doing this? Well, the benefit of doing this is that I can just delete all of my .py files, and watch, I can run our PYC files. So I can do Python project main.pyc, or let's just go into project first, and then we'll do Python main.pyc. Okay, and there we go. See, and you can also just zip this folder right up now and give it to anyone, and see, you can't actually read any of this. If you try to open this in a text editor, this is what you're going to see. That's what it's going to look like. So your code is safe for the most part, because obviously there are ways to decompile stuff if you try really hard, but for the most part this will deter most people from messing around with your code. Okay, now there's just one more thing I would like to touch upon. Let's just undo that. Okay, and I know some of you will be a little bit curious as to whether we can do this from whether we can do this from the Python code and not just a command line, right? So let me just create this file over here, move it out, okay, and show you that the compileall module, and there's actually another module as well, pycompile, that generally provides you a little more control over the process, like excluding files and stuff. So you can look at that one if you want to as well. So this library is the same thing. It's the same thing that we were using from the shell. Okay, it's already available. So we can do compile file for a single file. You just gotta pass the file path. Okay, that's pretty much it. Or in our case, we want to do a whole project, right? So I'm just gonna copy the project path, and yeah, pretty much. So just do this, and there we go. Did the same thing. Okay. So yeah, like I hope you guys found this useful and interesting. I'm gonna follow up this video with a video on how to decompile your code. It's a bit harder to decompile it, but it may be useful for you guys, so do check that out. I'll leave a link in the description below.